We're seeing a break in the rain here in the valley, but it's a whole different story up in the foothills and Sierra where snow is falling. Roads are closed and power is still out even in some areas.
Now we have team coverage. ABC 10's Mike Duffy has a look at conditions along I-80. Giacomo Luca is tracking power outages in El Dorado County, and Becca Habegger is in Nevada County with more on power outages there.
But first, let's go ahead and take a look at this PG&E power outage map. The wet, heavy snow is causing outages all throughout the Sierra, including El Dorado, Nevada, Placer, and Sierra counties. And now let's go straight out to ABC 10's Becca Habegger.
I'm here at Alta Sierra Station in Nevada County, just off of 49, a little south of Grass Valley. The power outages here at this particular shopping center have meant that all of these restaurants and yes, even the gas station are closed for business today. We've seen a lot of drivers come through here to this gas station wondering if the pumps are open, but not even the pumps are working. The store's closed. Everything, as you can see, is dark. You know, for the thousands of people living and working in this entire area, these outages have been very dangerous. They started early this morning, and we started our day in Applegate.
It hasn't been this snowy in a while. This is probably a 20-year snow.
Lou Stark woke up at the Applegate Motel Monday morning to find himself snowed in and unable to make it to work, which worries him. The rumble of a generator is a familiar sound for folks in the foothills, but here at Applegate, at an elevation of about 2,000 feet, PG&E power outages are much more common as wildfire prevention during hot, dry, and windy weather, not from wet, heavy snow.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to work at 3 and now I can't even leave.
Serena Thompson also found herself snowed in and unable to make it to work, and this generator can only power a few small devices at the motel, not every room.
The snow is pretty to look at, but it is freaking dangerous, so, Apollo.
Thompson is watching her friend's pup Apollo, who provided some comic relief. But then I asked Thompson about the dangers of this storm.
Missing work, not being able to pay rent, driving, not having power for hot water, for food to, heat up something. And we're freezing in there. It is 30 degrees in our room right now. So the dangers of it is falling asleep and not waking up.
Trees like this, heavy with snow, are a big part of the problem as they crack and fall on power lines. 7 miles down the mountain at this Arco off Forest Hill Road in Auburn.
Getting gas for generators, so we're going to be out of power for at least 2, 3, 4 days. I'm not sure yet.
Greg Holden and Grant Sargent are preparing for the worst at their homes in Weimar, powered by generators since the PG&E power went off early Monday morning.
This is pretty much epic. I mean, I don't think it could have got any worse.
He's banking on the possibility of a 10-day outage.
One generator over 13 hours takes one tank. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 days at one household. And it's going to cost over $200. So it makes not having power really expensive.
You know, back out here in Nevada County, we saw a lot of trees that had fallen on our drive up here, laden with snow, and just those are the kinds of trees that fall over those power lines. Yes, it looks like a winter wonderland here, and as one person I spoke to today said, this snow is much needed as we are still in very much a state of a drought here in California, but that man is along with so many others, especially those who don't have generators in this very cold weather, are hoping that PG&E can get that power on very quickly. Chris?
We certainly hope so as well. These are very dangerous conditions. Our Becca Habegger reporting live for us tonight. Becca, thank you. Let's get over to meteorologist Carly Gomez standing by with a look at conditions now.
You know, Chris, just as Becca was saying, that man was saying it could take 10 days to get him some power, and he's absolutely right. A lot of rural areas as well needing to get power, and it takes a while to get to those zones that are deep in snow, and we've seen quite a bit of that snow for the Sierra. Take a look as they're getting scattered showers now. We did get a break in the clouds this afternoon. You may have seen the sunshine. That also created some isolated thunderstorms, some areas getting some hail, but that's also allowing cold air to start moving in overnight. That's bringing snow levels even down later on this evening to as low as potentially 500 to even 1,500 feet. And take a look, people sending in their photos throughout our day. This is Placerville snow. Thank you, Gary, for sending this in. And we do have a now new December snow record. This is our Soda Springs lab here. This is from the Central Sierra Snow Lab, UC Berkeley. It's just almost 6,900 feet. 24 hours of snow brought in 38.9 inches. That's just above 3 feet. The new record here is 193.7 inches, beating out the old record set in 1970, which was 179 inches for the month of December. We could very well get to 200 inches of snow by the end of today because we are looking at a cumulative about a foot to a foot and a half for most spots from Donner all the way down to Sonora. Less than an inch there for I-5 up from Dunsmuir toward areas of Oregon. The Gilmore backyard, a nice evening. It is a little cold out there, but we will expect to see temperatures staying pretty chilly in those mid to upper 40s, but colder temperatures to come. We'll talk more about that coming up, Chris.
And keep in mind, I-80 is still closed, but that has not stopped some people from heading north trying to get through, Alex.
And the end of that road, if you are heading that direction, is Applegate. And that's where ABC 10's Mike Duffy spent the day.
Well, one thing that I didn't expect was just how many people would still be heading north on I-80 all day today. And as you can see, once they get to the Applegate, they're kind of stuck here, but you can also see that they're making the most of the day, playing in the snow, sledding, having snowball fights. It's actually rather cute. However, I think a lot of people here didn't anticipate just how long they'd get stuck.
I got a big one!
Irma Avila and her family are from Oakland and were headed to Reno for vacation to play in the snow when they got stuck at Applegate. But no one was upset.
Well, it's very exciting because it's my first time and my children's first time. So it's very exciting for us.
In the snow?
In the snow. So we're okay with it. We get stuck here.
They quickly pivoted and changed plans.
We just rented a hotel down, like going by Rockland. So like that, they could spend the snow here, and tomorrow we'll come back again.
Others, like Alex Tasker, who was trying to put on chains for the first time, were less optimistic.
We're trying to drive her to school in Iowa because she wants to bring her car, but this is the quickest way to get there. So now we're kind of stuck here.
He, like many others, had not heard I-80 was shut down.
Were you expecting to run into this?
I was not. They closed the entire freeway going that way. So then they're telling us we also have to go back a few hours back and go all the way around. So not the best.
I also spoke with Joe Witten, a maintenance man at the Applegate Inn. He admits the weather caught him off guard.
Is this kind of snow common?
No, I haven't seen it like this for about 4 years.
What he has seen are the unsuspecting masses continually arriving at his doorstep.
Oh, I got a few words for that, but I'll be nice. They just need to heed the warning. Don't come up here. It's bad, and then they get stuck, and then it costs them a bunch of money.
And unfortunately, there's no room left at the inn.
Oh, we're extremely full. Yeah, we have no vacancies whatsoever at all.
Well, as you can see, the power is still out and it's been this way all day. That means that you can't get warm if you need to. You can't even get gas at any of these pumps. And all of these people that are here have been trying to do things like use the bathroom, but they can't even do that. So hopefully you checked ahead before you got on the roads, or you're seeing this before you got on the road. Listen to authorities, stay where it's warm and safe. Don't come this way no matter what. Back to you guys.
That's exactly right. You can always check the weather updates and traffic conditions on our ABC 10 app. But now we want to go ahead and check in with ABC 10's Giacomo Luca, who's in Placerville along Highway 50, where power is also out this evening.
Yeah, take a look behind us. You can see the traffic light that's supposed to be there, but now it's been turned into a stop sign as folks drive through this wet and slick weather here in Placerville. Again, it's not really very common that we get snow this low, but it does happen, so folks are definitely taking it easy. Placerville is actually the cutoff in 50 for folks heading into South Lake Tahoe. They are not allowed to keep going after Placerville just because of the conditions that we're seeing. Also, again, as we talked about, power is out here. We spoke with PG&E about the situation, and they say it is a #1 priority.
This storm really packed a punch, and it's an all hands on deck situation for PG&E. We are bringing in crews and resources from our other divisions that were not impacted to work on getting power back for these customers.
Now, certainly something that is very difficult for so many people to deal with those temperatures starting to dive even colder this evening as the sun goes down, something that folks are going to be dealing with this power outage. We're continuing to follow this story. We're going to be speaking with folks later on tonight on Late News Tonight that are dealing with this power outage and this big snowstorm that just came through. Send it back to you.
All right, Giacomo, thank you so much. And we know those roads can be very dangerous. So everyone, just take your time if you're out there on the roads.
And make sure to download that ABC 10 app. As Alex mentioned, you can get the latest information on the changing weather conditions. You can also find traffic updates for your area.